Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Olivia, and today we're diving into some interesting news that sits right at the crossroads of government work and the private sector, involving some very high-profile individuals. It's a story that touches on career transitions, government efficiency efforts, and the dynamic interplay between political roles and major business figures. We're going to discuss the recent job change of Katie Miller. Reports have surfaced that she has left her position in the White House, where she served as a top advisor and spokesperson for the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. This move is certainly grabbing attention, particularly because of where she's headed next. According to multiple reports, Katie Miller is transitioning to work full-time for none other than Tesla CEO Elon Musk. This comes as Musk himself is officially exiting his role in the federal government, where he had been leading the Department of Government Efficiency as a special government employee. His departure marks a shift back to focusing entirely on his private sector ventures, and it appears he's taking some talent with him. The sources indicate that Miller's new role involves working full-time for Musk. Part of her responsibilities may include helping to arrange interviews for Musk that are unrelated to his previous time in government. This past week alone, Musk has reportedly given interviews to various media outlets, touching on his companies and other topics. This suggests a focus on managing his public appearances and communication strategy as he rededicates himself to his businesses. Miller's background includes significant experience within the government. Before her role at the Department of Government Efficiency, she held several other government positions. Notably, she served as a press secretary for the vice president and also worked within the Department of Homeland Security in the first Trump administration. Her career trajectory shows a strong history in government communications and advisory roles before this recent move into the private sector, supporting a major tech billionaire. Her time at the Department of Government Efficiency, like Musk's, was under the classification of a special government employee. This status allows individuals from the private sector to work for the federal government, but comes with limitations, specifically restricting their time to 130 days per year. Since Musk's scheduled time as an SGE was coming to an end, it makes sense that others serving under that classification might also be departing their government roles. This structured exit period for SGEs likely played a direct role in the timing of these transitions. The Department of Government Efficiency itself was established with a significant mandate. The sources mentioned that its mission was to identify and eliminate government waste and corruption, aiming to streamline operations and save taxpayer money. Musk himself stated that his time in the government was focused on reducing wasteful spending. This initiative, in principle, has direct implications for the national budget and overall fiscal health. However, the actual impact and outcomes of DOGE's work are a subject of discussion. While the idea was to bring a wrecking ball approach to government inefficiency, and reports mentioned actions like briefly shutting down USAID and demanding justifications from federal employees, the results appear to have fallen short of initial ambitious goals. One report noted that while DOGE saved an estimated $160 billion, this was significantly less than the $2 trillion goal that had been discussed when the department was launched. This perceived limited success has led to frustration among fiscal conservatives who had hoped for more substantial spending cuts to be codified. The debate over government spending and efficiency is a constant fixture in financial and economic discussions, and DOGE's operation serves as a case study in the challenges of implementing large-scale cost-saving measures within a vast federal bureaucracy. Adding another layer to this story is the public and media attention surrounding these figures. Whenever high-profile individuals transition roles, especially between government and the private sector, there's often intense scrutiny. In this particular case, the news of Katie Miller joining Elon Musk has certainly generated buzz, leading to various discussions and speculation across social media platforms. One notable point of tension highlighted in the reports involves a disagreement over a major government spending bill. Elon Musk publicly criticized the bill, stating he was disappointed because he believed it increased the deficit and undermined the work done by the DOGE team to reduce wasteful spending. This highlights a clash on fiscal policy and the priorities for government expenditure. In response to Musk's criticism of the bill, Stephen Miller, Katie Miller's husband, and the White House Deputy Chief of Staff defended the legislation on social media. He explained the nature of the bill within the context of Senate budget rules, arguing it wasn't an annual budget bill funding departments, but rather a reconciliation bill where discretionary spending cuts aren't possible. This public exchange between two prominent figures, one tied to the administration and the other exiting a government efficiency role, underscores the ongoing political and financial debate around government spending. Despite the public disagreement over the spending bill, Stephen Miller also reportedly praised the work of DOGE, acknowledging its efforts to eliminate waste and corruption as a valuable service to the government. This suggests a complex dynamic at play, acknowledging the mission of efficiency while also defending legislative actions. The sources also mention that Katie Miller is not the only official reportedly leaving DOGE to potentially work with Elon Musk. Other individuals who held advisory of leadership roles within the Department of Government Efficiency are also said to be transitioning out of their government positions following Musk's departure. This indicates a broader movement of personnel who were involved in the DOGE initiative now following Musk back into the private sector. This could be seen as a strategic move by Musk to retain a team that was working closely with him, leveraging their experience for his private business endeavors. From a financial perspective, the movement of talent between government and the private sector, especially involving individuals focused on efficiency or strategy, is always noteworthy. It raises questions about the value of government experience in the business world, the skills that are transferable, and how private companies might leverage insights gained from working within government structures. Katie Miller's role as spokesperson and intermediary between DOGE and the administration, as described in some reports, suggests a skill set in communication, negotiation, and navigating complex organizational structures. These are certainly skills that could be valuable in a private sector role, particularly one involving media relations and managing interactions for a highly public figure like Elon Musk and his various companies, which span technology, automotive, space exploration, and social media. Musk himself has acknowledged that he spent a significant amount of time on his government role, perhaps more than initially planned, and that he intends to return his full focus to his companies. This strategic decision to reprioritize his private businesses over government work is driven by the immense scale and demands of running companies like Tesla and SpaceX, whose financial performance and innovation are constantly under scrutiny by investors in the market. His personal focus is a significant factor in the operations and perceived value of these multi-billion-dollar enterprises. The Department of Government Efficiency's efforts, while perhaps not achieving their most ambitious financial targets, nonetheless put a spotlight on the challenges of government spending and the potential for savings. The frustration expressed by fiscal conservatives reflects the broader economic debate about national debt, budget deficits, and the effectiveness of government programs. These are all fundamental topics for any financial podcast. So, when we look at this situation through a financial lens, we see several interconnected elements: the movement of executive talent, the challenges and financial implications of government efficiency initiatives, the debate over fiscal policy and government spending, and the strategic decisions of major business leaders regarding their time and focus. Katie Miller's decision to follow Elon Musk from her government role to work for him full-time in the private sector is a notable career transition. It highlights how individuals with experience in government can find roles within the business world, especially when connected to high-profile figures who operate across both spheres. Her specific skills honed in government communications and advisory roles likely make her a valuable asset as Musk reorients his focus towards his extensive business portfolio and manages his public profile. The broader context of the Department of Government Efficiency's operation and Musk's exit also provides insights into the intersection of government and the private sector. It illustrates the ambitious goals sometimes set for efficiency drives, the difficulties in achieving transformative financial savings within complex systems, and the political dynamics that can arise when attempting to challenge established spending patterns. The public disagreement between Musk and Stephen Miller over the spending bill serves as a clear example of these political economic tensions. Ultimately, this story encapsulates several themes relevant to finance and economics: the labor market for top executives, the efficiency of government spending versus private sector operations, and the financial implications of policy decisions debated at the highest levels. It will be interesting to see how Katie Miller's new role develops and how Musk's renewed focus on his companies impacts their performance and strategic direction. Thank you for tuning into the Financial Podcast. I hope this analysis of recent events has provided some interesting insights into the movement of talent and ideas between government and the private sector, and the ongoing discussions around government efficiency and spending. Join us next time for another look at the world of finance.